Uh-oh. You can't be checking out the babies. What do you think of those babies? That's pretty cute, Venus. Or were you checking out the milk bar? Is that what that was? The milk bar stove? Sonny, you gonna give it a shot? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. What's going on over there? That's a power tune there. Oh, no. Shit, no battery. Gotta be kidding me. Venus, you really getting around, aren't you? Huh? Really looking good? You got your eyes dead on me, don't you? No sleeping in the food dish, mister.
Oh, you know what? I have that. Out of the corner? Yeah. Is it like cellophane? Yeah, something that'll go away. Oh, thank God. Yeah. I'm like worried white, like white glitter or something. I said it's like ceramic. Yeah, rain cleaner. Yeah, it's like something. I can see that white. Oh, good. It'll go away. And I asked some friend about it, and he go, oh, well, maybe because the contact isn't reaching the full thing yet, and it'll get better. That's what they told me. Well, I had that nice stuff. Ingrid, he left group health for, health partners to share his own practice. He was the best doctor. He was a little teeny guy. He had little teeny shirts. He was really good with the eyes. Yeah. He was great. And now I don't know who I'm going to go to. I like this Dr. Watt. He's there by your house. Is he? Yeah. Oh. He's been written up in a lot of magazines, I guess, for being outstanding. That's what his parents said. But I don't think health partners would pay for him. I don't know. I think so. Do you think they would? There was a lot of old people there. Old people? Yeah, they have kids at health partners too. I don't know, but don't you get that through insurance? But it's what I've had for 40, 50 years. Oh. No, it's not just for old people. So you don't get that through, what do you call it when you hit 65, you get it Medicare? Yeah. But I have, through General Mills, I have. Oh, I bet they get Medicare. Health partners. No, I don't get Medicare. Really? Yeah. Why don't you get Medicare? 47. I get Medicare. But Medicare is an insurance company. Oh, like Medicare then, we don't get that. Oh, well, I bet that's what they. Yeah, but General Mills too is my. Oh, you'd have to check it out. Well, they've got plenty of doctors. Hi, baby. How are the pups? Oh, and I went and had my thumb checked out.
Oh, you're better. Oh, she's passed out. Thank God. Other side of the channel.
How are the puppies?
There's so many people with cataract surgery.
Look at them. Oh, where do we sit now? Over there?
They go, oh, we don't like to think for ourselves.
Well, either that or put a chair on the phone.
So this is their stomping
You can
ground.
put a chair on the phone. Well, I had such a shitstorm this morning when I woke up. I just wanted to go back up to bed.
Oh
It was horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. Marcy had shit from the back of her neck to her tail.
no. Wow.
I don't know how the hell that happened.
Well, you sure got it all cleaned up nice.
Little, he sleeps in the food dish. He doesn't screw around.
I gotta pick him up tonight. He said he deserves a massage first thing. And justice. And then the little one, everyone's just getting 10 minutes tonight, that's all. Well, I don't know what's going on with the. Watch me, Jigger. Is this what she does now? She lays upside down? That's good.
I had been putting her in there and just tucking her back feet on her, and this is how she ended up, I guess.
Oh, you mean you put her on her tummy?
Well, yeah, 3 hours ago.
And she turned over like that? Oh, good girl. Good girl. That's good. all cute. Hi, everyone.
You don't need salt and pepper to it. I heard myself.
Oh, was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it said salt and pepper.
They're all walking. Let me see, do we have the radio?
Schools and hospitals instead will restore our might and our economy. And if in 4 years we as a like peace, prosperity, and freedom, we can always vote failure back into office again. We the people live free. Gary Johnson, Libertarian President. Paid for by Gary Johnson. When you're running a facility, safety is key. That's why
I think she
Granger
turned over like that on her own.
all to help you reduce injuries and downtime. And keep up with
That's probably a pretty good position.
Safety's our real name. Yep. Granger, safety, and Granger. They can get the idea. Now through November 30th, save off the Granger catalog price with 25% off selected pond protective clothing and 30% off cancel products.
This can't be right.
Granger.com or stop by a branch today. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Channel 45 has your local news.
Because you can have is by doing your own homework, talking to people that you trust, and get information from trusted sources. Because effective and relevant information is up like a bleeding about you.
Absolutely. Leslie, thank you very much. Good start to this call. Let's go next to Abby in Cedar Rapids. Hi, Abby, you're on the air.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
So what's up with the campaign advertising Bullseye at Cedar Rapids?
Oh, God. Well, I'll first say that Cedar Rapids is just a very conservative, just a very conservative city of Iowa, even though I feel like, for the most part, everybody's kind of split, which is why it's a swing state. But I got one of those DVDs in the mail called Dreams of My Real Father. And what it is this, like, quote unquote, a documentary that, and I haven't watched it, I looked into it, and it's this documentary about how Obama's real father isn't actually his real father, that his real father is a Marxist. And it's just ridiculous. It's like, okay, at first they're like,
Hi,
well,
Lou.
where's your birth certificate? So he's a Kenyan, and now...
Wow, this is a nice clear picture over here.
Other things that's like they're just grasping at straws, it seems.
Hi,
Some
Kim.
evidence that things like that might be influenced, that kind of bottom feeder might be influencing any of your neighbors.
I could hope not. It's just like, for the most part, like, people in Iowa, or like Iowans, and I have a different
Yeah,
perspective because I
this
grew
is
up in Kansas,
beautiful.
but,
You can
Iowa's
see
just a
all the pups.
very open-minded and very accepting, and so it's just,
Perfect.
it's just kind of just rubs me the wrong way, and I just hope that it would rub
Wow.
everyone else the wrong way. That's pretty gone,
Abby, thank you very much.
Too bad this camera doesn't. Of course, you can watch all of them here, and then you can see them on the other one up close. So that's good. Look at them playing. Did everybody have a good day? I went to the doctor with this thing,
In a strange land. First impressions at home and abroad.
and he gave me
Travel photography to shape our understanding of the world. More at martsmia.org.
a splint, he called it, because it isn't a cyst. He gave me this thing.
The programming is supported by Share the Road
Like
Minnesota,
that.
reminding pedestrians and motorists about the crosswalk law. You can keep yourself
Made especially for me.
at sharetheroadmn.org.
And it's to,
It is just about 7:20. You're listening to Minnesota Public Radio News.
immobilize the thumb.
Final debate between
and it's not a cyst, it's some kind of fluid in there or something.
2 degrees, St. Cloud 55, Rochester 63, Duluth 46, cloudy 59 degrees.
He's a top walker? What does that mean?
From WNYC in New York and the Mostly Swing States Radio Network.
Well,
Free
it's,
debate call in on
I was hoping they could just take the thing out, but he says it isn't a cyst. It's a thumb splint.
Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, New York.
Oh, the best blocker, okay.
New Jersey Public Radio, Aspen Public Radio, KUNC Greeley, WLPR, the Lakeshore Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, all he wants me to do is to have it calm down, or else he was gonna give me a cortisone shot. And I said, oh, no, you're not. So that's my only hope.
And we are taking calls from listeners in the swing states.
It settles down.
Involvement of campaign ads and get out the vote messages on radio,
You're on the
television,
iPad?
on the web and social media.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a puppy
Mobile phones. Our phones remain open.
and listen to the
Questions remain active.
call in.
What's it like living in a
So,
campaign advertising?
I'll be over at the other end.
Swing state? Do you have swing state
Just-
media survival
Oh,
techniques?
look at them playing, so cute.
Who hate the most? We heard from that caller
Hi,
in Iowa
Rosie.
who hated that Obama so-called documentary the most. Which ones are actually affecting the way you view either of the candidates? And anything else you want to say?
You know,
about
you
living in
got
swing
to be
state
the
media
first
most?
one.
1-800-543-2543.
You're friendly, aren't you?
1-800-543-2543.
Huh? Are you friendly?
And Todd in Appleton, Wisconsin. You're on the air, Todd.
Oh, boy, look at Sunny.
Well, yeah,
Sunny is up.
excuse me, I hear all kinds of ads. And the one that impressed me was, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he was a refugee
Hey,
from Hungary.
tail
He's been
waggers.
living here since
Tail
the 50s in
waggers.
Hungarian revolt, and been living in the United States. And he's talking about what it was like to live under socialism, and he described the lack of incentive to do any better than
Maybe I should massage a few of them at once.
and I kind of could hear him thinking in the back of my mind, gee, I'm sort of like the level.
They're certainly sociable.
And it was a very, all the other ads I do sometimes even turn them off, but that one really impressed me, not because I'm going to vote for Romney or not going to vote for Romney, but it's just of all the ones that have been advertised, that one really was well put together.
It's really interesting about people from Eastern Europe. Sometimes they hold a collection of various progressive views on some things, but then when it comes to economics, because of the history of Eastern Europe under Soviet domination, they are conservative on many economic principles and practices. And I agree that, of course, it comes from their personal experience. Todd, thank you very much for calling in. But let's try a little experiment. And put three of you who are calling in on to commiserate with each other about living in the swing state media bullseye. So we have Susan in Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Susan.
Hello?
Jennifer in Francistown, New Hampshire. Jennifer, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
And Eddie in Fort Collins, Colorado. Hello, Eddie.
Hi.
Eddie meets Jennifer, Jennifer meets Susan, Susan Jennifer, Susan Eddie, Eddie Jennifer.
Hey, no,
So
no, no,
you guys
like
want to talk to each other for that? I
Big
would like
teeth.
lay back and listen to you talk to each other about what it's like. Jennifer, New Hampshire, want to start it off?
Sure. I have found that the ads in general are so manipulative in both the emotional content and the way the pictures are portrayed of people, and then also in misinformation that it ends up leading me to both from the advertising
with the puzzle
and
piece.
also begin to wonder what level of transparency were wanted from political parties, because I specifically had gotten an ad from the Romney campaign. I'm an undecided voter that had talked about the Benghazi situation, and like many of the media right now referred to what had happened there regarding conflict. I ended up talking to people because the New York Times is traditionally represented as a mission. I don't want to call
Oh,
it
Savannah.
but
What is that one song that you're playing
debates,
now that I like?
conflict again, and
From the Lonesome Dove?
is very different depending on their mission, and I just
From the
wonder
Lonesome Dove?
where the content, where the actual information.
I don't know, that's what
want transparency,
Lori said.
Mm-hmm. So what What's the response?
I don't know, do you know the name of it?
That's exactly my whole issue is just
Yeah, that you, it sounds like one you just got this year.
from candidates from past. I think there was some
On the violin.
article about Paul Ryan and they said he committed, I think, a truth error or something like that. That's a lie. It's called a lie. And I've become so cynical that 40%
Oh, with the puzzle piece?
really struck me because I thought, well, there finally the truth that a candidate finally saying, yeah, I don't care about these people. Because that just seems
This one, Homer?
because it's truthful.
That one right out in front?
I mean, I was disgusted by what he was saying.
Susan Columbus, you're laughing.
Susan here, close to how can I chime in? I do not the negative ads on either side or the PAC ads that come from these other organizations.
Hi, Crispy.
And I was really struck by, and of course, Ohio, we need to say election. And I was really struck by.
This is a boy.
On two sides, one from the.
And that's the puzzle piece, right?
Camera and talking straightforwardly. And the other was put on by one of those PAC things on TV, and it talked about how he shut his company down in New York and went searching for an employee's child. And my sister and I.
Is that the one you mean, Homer? Okay.
That really struck home.
Well, let's see. I think that might be zinc.
2032 election.
Yeah, he's got little pink toes. He's the last one to be born.
Anybody else want to react?
You have white face. Yeah. He was the last one born. This is Steele? No, I don't think so, Kitty. Yeah, Steele is the lightest one there. This is zinc, I think. Do you know, Phyllis? This is zinc, right? You don't know. Yeah. Zinc is? Yeah. And steel is a dot head. Yeah. This is steel.
That wasn't your boy?
Yeah, it's running like it.
This is zinc, right, Ed?
Mr. Zink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blockhead.
Yeah, Mr. Blockhead, Mr. Zink. He's cute.
Yeah. Oh, panda bear. That's what. Panda. Panda. Let me see it.
Right, and steel is the lightest. So this guy is walking, huh, Homer?
Oddly enough, I had felt very similarly. I had actually felt with some not the advertisements that I was getting, but some of the media
He's real
coverage
cute.
and,
He's got all little pink toes everywhere.
was making me feel like there was a bit more reality.
Oh yeah, I think there's more than two. He's so cute, though.
Thing when Romney brought up the Benghazi thing, naming it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Wrinkle on his nose. I like his white face, and he's symmetrical too. He's got both ears the same, and his puzzle piece.
Whether it was calculated to corner President Obama by referring to it as a conflict, because then, President Obama is in a position of.
Hey, baby, you're so cute. You're so cute.
On the other hand, where with President Obama coming from, is not either clarifying or saying something that I might have been able to handle, like was said many, many years ago by the first President Bush, of this is a matter of our security, and I really couldn't go into this.
They're still little enough and cute, aren't they?
Okay, if I may, I really
Uh-huh.
that those of these people
Wrinkle.
care about this country.
He's got a lot of wrinkles.
And I think what we're missing, part of what we're missing too, is
can't be
You should
qualified
come
to
on
be verified.
elliptical
We don't
if
need
you
to
watch
elect
some
a
TV.
president. Once we elect he or she, then we get their cabinet and their senior advisors.
Did you go back to work yesterday?
Today.
Oh, today's Monday, right? Yeah.
But then you just, Romney, who
I
is
am.
going to govern? Because it's not just the president. A lot of times there's a lot of power with their advisors, and who are going to be the shadow president?
It's a really good question, and sometimes when a candidate is behind in the presidential race, people start saying, "Oh, release the names of your all-star cabinet members, and it'll start moving." And they never do it. I think because the names of the cabinet members would then just put that many more targets out there for critics to shoot at and dredge up things from their past and whatever, and that's what the media would talk about. But this has been a great conversation. Susan in Columbus, Jennifer in Francistown, New Hampshire, Eddie in Fort Collins, thank you all so much for being great citizens and sharing your
Little
thoughts
legs.
so open-mindedly tonight. You're welcome. And we continue to take your calls on the question, what is it like living in the campaign advertising bullseye of your swing state? Do you start to get PTSD symptoms when you hear snippets like this?
He's so
During the last
pink.
weeks of this campaign, there will be debates, speeches, and more ads. Obama's spending drove us $5 trillion deeper in debt. And now we have fewer jobs than when he started. We've got millions of Americans out of work. Home values collapsing. Foreclosures at record levels. Mitt Romney made $1 billion in 2010, but paid only 14% in taxes. Now, Governor Romney believes that with even bigger tax cuts for the wealthy and fewer regulations on Wall Street, all of us will prosper.
Some of the commercials out there, or excerpts thereof, in the campaign endgame from each side. Swing staters, what's it like living in the campaign advertising bullseye? 1-800-543-2543. With us now, Brooke Gladstone, host and managing editor of NPR's On the Media, the Peabody Award-winning Media Watch show. Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
You did a segment with Seth Stevenson, who literally gave himself a saturation dose of Ohio campaign advertising. What did he do? What did he learn?
Okay, so he flew to Dayton, Ohio. This was in late August, so the density wasn't even as great as it is right now. He went into a Holiday Inn, turned on the TV, and sat there for the next 45 hours and watched pods of ads, they call ad pods. Whenever a show came on, he would shoot the dial until he found more political ads. And so he watched the same ads.
Pascalina got up in her rocking chair today. I let her.
And at the end,
She felt she could do it.
Describes, well, the title of his article in the New Republic was called 45 Hours in Hell, and I think that pretty much sums it up.
So he came out a stark raving.
He's very cute.
No, he
Little
said he
tail.
felt less informed. And it's understandable that he felt less informed because the heavy hitters in the swing states are the super PACs and the regular PACs. And there was recently a study by a media watchdog group called Free Press that focused specifically on Denver, which was very difficult. And
There
found
goes
that the
another
heaviest
walker.
hitters were 5 super PACs. And the Annenberg Center found that 85% of the money spent on presidential ads from these
Yeah,
groups
she really has. 3 days, no matter what. I guess this is the 4th day. Let's see.
paid for in the case of super PACs by anonymous
Friday,
donors
Saturday, Sunday,
are
Monday, yeah.
the most deceptive of all, and they are the most prominent in these markets.
Brooke, let's take a call together, because here's Jessica in Cleveland, who I think wants to tell us the story of how her grandparents were influenced by an ad. Jessica, do I have that right?
Hi,
Oh,
yes, it's more in
with the
response
knee,
to
she's
what,
jumping.
The caller from Iowa said in the videos being sent out by these different groups. My grandparents have been, they live in Youngstown, Ohio. I live in Cleveland. They have been lifelong Democrats from everything that they've ever said.
She's waiting.
This year in particular, they brought up
Well,
that
she's not going to be first.
2016 video that was sent out.
You're going to be first, little Venus.
By Dinesh D'Souza.
Yeah, and that's
He likes this
That
position,
Obama
I
is out
guess.
to purposely weaken America in order to embolden the developing countries.
Right.
I got to limit everyone tonight.
That seems, I don't know if, if they're 80s, they're in their 80s at this point, or, underlying racism or whatever might go into these things. But
He likes
it
this.
has affected, and they've actually, brought it up to me and other family members who are all pretty steadfast to the left. So it's interesting.
It is interesting. Jessica, thank you very much. And Brooke, I guess, whether it's a movie 2016 or an actual commercial, even if these are so annoying and fact challenged, they must work in some way that outweighs the unfact.
Well, there are a number of studies that suggest we don't generally vote for candidates, we vote against them. And in fact, in one particular study, potential voters were shown.
We better start watching where the
candidates they didn't know
chords
who were
are.
running in places they didn't live. They often pick the winners and the losers, and they were much more able to pick the losers. In fact, their ability to pick the losers was absolutely golden. And the number one thing that they chose the loser on was whether or not they seemed threatening. And this is by seeing a picture for, in some cases, less than 1/10 of a second.
By the way, to really drill down on some of the economics of this, which I think influences the politics, local TV makes money from their news programs, and they make money.
I love that little jewel.
Do you see those things as being in conflict with each other?
He's all relaxed now.
Well, how could it not be?
Zinky.
I mean,
Zinc.
Look, TV stations are allowed to deny super PAC ads time on their air. They're not allowed to do that with ads.
We don't have the window open tonight. It makes me feel good in here with those curtains.
These stations, most of them would be in the red if it weren't for these ads. And
they're so familiar.
Going to be about 15% in the black.
Okay, let's get you back down here.
Of this flood of political advertising.
How lucrative are campaign commercials, or how central to the business model of local TV stations in swing states or anywhere else?
Well, in election years, they are absolutely vital. I think it's kind of like the Christmas season for retail stores. It helps shore up the bottom line in lean years. And
okay, who is?
Most of the years
oh, she's waiting to come up.
Let's see. Josh and Marion, you're on the air. Hi, Josh.
Gotta be careful.
Good. That's Marion, Ohio, right?
Yes, correct.
They show up to play, don't they?
As every American knows. Real quick, because our time is short.
Okay.
Come here.
Go ahead.
Real quick, just saying that I kind of agree. The ads here are so confusing. I see so many ads back to back saying how this one's lying about this, and then this one's lying about this, and
everybody's lying. Huh.
Women for it, and then women again.
Venus.
So
everyone is lying. We'll be all glad when everything is over.
So many of those ads are run by the super PACs that are not endorsed by candidates, so you just don't know. For me, it's kind of hard to believe.
How do you cut through that to make?
You're getting sleepy. Okay.
I've been following the debates.
You better go
tonight, but really,
check into bed before you fall right to sleep, because we're getting heavy into massage time. Yeah.
Can I ask
Hey, hi, how are you?
These fact-checking websites?
I saw a bulldog walking down the street in Roseville, and when I have Pascalina out, they stop to see me always.
Instant fact checks. We've talked about it on the media. And I'm just wondering how many people who are confused actually avail
this is Venus.
Of these resources.
We're 30 seconds from a break, but Josh, real quick, have you done that?
No, I have not. I've just kind of done that, basically just Google and see where they stood in the map.
Well, do your own fact checking, right? DIY fact checking. Josh, thank you very much. By the way, Joe Biden.
They're used to playing now. They like to get down and play.
Yes, we'll see him on Wednesday at Harding High School.
There you go. So you knew. No Retail Campaigning, and Brooke Gladstone, host and managing editor of NPR's On the Media and author of The Influencing Machine. Brooke Gladstone on the Media. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
By the third pup.
Support for this program comes from Flint Hills Resources, currently expanding its workforce and accepting applications in areas of engineering, operations, project management, and health and safety. More information at fhrcareers.com.
Programming is supported by Contu's Vocal Ensemble, presenting When Twilight Falls with performances in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Wayzata, Edina, and Stillwater. October 25th through November 4th. Tickets at contusings.org. Join me, Tony Randolph, for the next broadcast journalist series. I'll discuss immigration with LA Times journalist and author of Enrique's Journey, Sonia Masada, Thursday, November 1st at the University of St. Thomas. Reserve your free tickets now at
Do you want to go like this for a little bit? You're always so good.
Call-in special from WNYC on Minnesota Public Radio News.
No,
And,
she says she's a big girl now.
The debate course coming up in about 20 minutes here on Minnesota
She's a
Public
big
Radio
girl
News.
now.
Twin Cities now cloudy skies and 59 degrees.
From WNYC in New York and the mostly swing states radio network, this is a pre-debate call-in. I'm Brian Lehrer, and I'll read this list one last time because tonight is the end of the series. WCPN Cleveland, WOSU Columbus, WFAE Charlotte, WUSF Tampa, WMFE Orlando, WDET Detroit, Wisconsin Public Radio, Iowa Public Radio, Minnesota Public Radio, New York and New Jersey Public Radio, Maine Public Radio, New Hampshire Public Radio, Aspen Public Radio, KUNC Greeley, WLPR The Lakeshore in Northwest Indiana, and WHYY Philadelphia are mostly swing states radio network for the convention nights and the debates. We are just 20 minutes away from the third and final Obama-Romney debate at Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida. You can join a live chat, by the way, simultaneous to this program right now, that will continue through the debate at the politics website, itsafreecountry.org. I'll be joining it when we're done as the debate starts. Itsafreecountry.org for our simultaneous live chat and debate bingo. And we are taking calls from listeners in the swing states about the bombardment of campaign ads, and our phones remain open, our questions remain active. The central question, what's it like? What's it like living in the campaign advertising bullseye? And, you know, this is a foreign policy debate, and the candidates are getting foreign policy debate coaching from everywhere. They even got some over the weekend from Saturday Night Live.
Mr. President, this one's just for you. Don't mention killing Osama bin Laden anymore. It was great and all, but Americans have a short attention span. At this point, saying you killed bin Laden is like saying you won the second season of American Idol. Mitt Romney, don't smile so much. Your normal facial expression already looks like you're shaming a waiter. When you smile, it looks like you're about to tell your dad it's time to move into a home. And remember, you're in Boca.
Seth Meyers on Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live with his best nonpartisan advice to Obama and Romney for tonight. With us now, an all-star swing state reporters roundtable.
Hi, Pastor.
Joe Ingles, State House News reporter for Ohio Public Radio and Television. Mark Simpson, news director and host of the program Intersection on WMFE in Orlando. And Clay Masters, correspondent for Iowa Public Radio. Hello, reporters. Can you hear me? Hello.
Good evening.
Great to be here.
And as you've been hearing, if some of you have been on hold and listening, we've been taking calls on the advertising barrage in the swing states. Can you give us a reporter's eye view of how pervasive it's becoming in people's lives? Mark Simpson in Orlando.
Well, I thought it was interesting. You heard about that DVD mailer, the anti-Obama mailer called Dreams for My Father, this DVD conspiracy.
Dreams for My Other Father, yeah.
Yeah, hit Orlando just last week, so it's in mailboxes. It's getting saturated around Central Florida. Certainly on TV, we've seen a lot of Romney and Obama ads. Certainly the 47% anti-Romney ad has gotten a lot of play in this area. And
Oh,
the
look
other
at-
thing I think that's
look at
interesting
little
is the mailers
Sonny.
that are
Oh,
pouring
that's
out,
great.
neighbors' mailboxes.
They
They're
like to
just
sleep
saturated
like
with
that.
these mailers, so you get it
That's
both on
perfect.
TV and in the physical mailbox.
Clay, what about in Iowa?
That's so perfect.
Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that you mentioned as well. You know, there's many of the voters that I've talked
I didn't
to
see
at
you last
various
night up
rallies
here.
all talk about how sick of all they are of all these ads. And then at the same time, a lot of times they'll be saying things that sound kind of similar to some of the things that you hear on the television ads.
Joe Ingles, I'm almost afraid to ask about Ohio.
Well, Ohioans are saying the same thing. They're saying they're sick of the ads, but then when you talk to them, those are the talking points that they often bring up. We're seeing that over and over again. I think we've got some of these mailers going around in Ohio as well. And people here, a lot of times you talk to them and they are confused about where candidates stand, and we've seen, Brooke before was talking about TV stations airing ads that are not factual. We've seen that over and over in Ohio too. And the TV stations, by and large, most of them are not pulling those ads when they're not factual. So people here are very confused sometimes.
I'm going to take a call from Jerry in Ames, who has a swing state media survival technique. Jerry, I think I have that right. Is that right?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, in September I went to Mexico, and
Just to get away from the campaign advertising?
Yeah, I thought, it was a good trip anyway, but when I got back, I disconnected my cable because what bothers me about them, they're all the same. I think on one of our TV stations here, over a 1 hour news that I was watching, unfortunately, there's another home I go to, my daughter, she still has cable. So I had to watch the same ad 5 times.
Do you have any unfavorites?
Oh, I think a lot of the pack ads are so untrue and so biased. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I can tell who does them, whether they're Carl Rowe or somebody. But I think the one I'm really waiting for is the old Johnson ad from '64 with Goldwater, little girl picking the daisies. I don't understand why Obama hasn't brought that one forward.
Yeah. Well, that was an effective ad, yes, but one of the most fact-checked ads in well, not fact-check exactly, but criticized ads in history as being over the top by saying that Goldwater would get us into a nuclear war. But thank you very much, Jerry in Ames, and Darlene in Bangor, you're on the air. Hi, Darlene.
Hello.
You watching all these ads? You getting overwhelmed?
Well, yes, I think it's disgusting, and I think there's something drastically wrong with the whole picture.
Disgusting.
Each of these campaigns has so much money to work with. I understand $1 billion each, and they're spending it for mudslinging instead of doing something good for the country and for the people in it.
Darlene, thank you very much.
Isn't that the
John
truth?
lives in Ohio. How's early voting going? We're about 2 weeks in already. Can you tell anything about turnout or who's winning the early vote compared to 4 years ago?
How's the sound for people?
Here in Ohio started on
Very
October
choppy.
2nd.
Oh.
And since that time, we've seen steady turnout. There's 2 ways you can early vote here in Ohio. One way is you can order your ballot and you can vote it and mail it back in. But there's also voting centers. Each county has a
Oh, well, just turn the sound off
then.
then.
There and they can personally early
You can
vote.
just
We're seeing
watch.
people turning out in both ways. We are seeing differences in the way that people are turning out. It looks like more of the people who say they're tending to vote for Democrats, they tend to be the ones that are going to these polling
She
centers
might
voting.
settle
And
down.
then we're hearing a lot of people mailing their ballots in, saying that they're voting Republican. But it's really super
You're
tough
getting
to know
tired?
that because in Ohio, the way that we do primaries is not like some other states.
Let's see if you want your legs
Basically,
done.
if you voted in the Republican primary,
like
and
this.
anyone could have done that
Like
this
this.
past spring, if you voted in that primary, you're a registered
Hey,
Republican.
girl.
So it may not necessarily reflect your views, and a lot of these the anecdotal elements that are coming out are to be questioned.
And of course, correcting myself, it's been 3 weeks since early voting started in Ohio, not 2. Iowa has early voting too, doesn't it, Clay?
Yeah, that's right. It started back in September.
And
Yes, exactly. Much like Ohio, a lot of the folks that are doing early voting are Democrats. I was out with the campaign volunteers from both sides over the weekend, and a lot of the doors knocked on, answered by the folks that the Democrats were talking to, were saying, yes, I've already mailed in my ballot, I've already voted. Whereas a lot of the Republicans were saying no, that they're still waiting for Election Day. And that was actually something that somebody from the campaign office said that, they're really focusing on getting out, knocking on doors. And they surprisingly said that they just a couple weeks ago started sending out early voting stuff, which the Democrats have been hitting pretty hard in the mail.
And Mark Simpson in Florida, no early voting there, but I know some people use absentee ballots as if they were early voting ballots. The New York Times polling analyst Nate Silver wrote a few days ago that the Obama campaign could conceivably be giving up in Florida now, focusing their resources elsewhere. Do you see Romney breaking away, and do you see any evidence of it in the sense that Obama may be starting to pull some ads?
Well, the one thing I would point to is we do have that absentee ballot going on, and we were just down at our local county supervisor's elections office, and they were overwhelmed with people coming in, because residents of Florida can walk in and fill out an absentee ballot right there and then and vote.
So it is as if actual early voting, even though they don't call it that.
That's right. The official early voting period doesn't start till 10 days after the election. So there's definitely a big absentee turnout. Now, in terms of the Obama
You like your head supported.
positioning in Florida, listen, Joe Biden was just here last weekend, and certainly we see other surrogates moving around the state of Florida. So I don't think that the Obama camp is pulling out. Whether or not Romney edges forward, I know that his statement today that he wants to increase the Navy certainly resonates well in places like Florida, where they're trying to get an extra carrier to come down to Mayport near Jacksonville.
Let's take another call. Justin in Minneapolis. Hi, Justin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's it like in Minneapolis is one of those states where they say Romney may be giving up. Do you still feel that you're in the campaign advertising bullseye in Minnesota?
Oh, definitely. Like, I'm not a cable subscriber myself. I know one guy said he was going to cancel his cable or whatever. I'd recommend that. But my parents, they got the cable, and it's just ad after ad, especially during the news hour. You're seeing the same ads 3-4 times. And I guess, my primary point talking about these ads is a lot of people don't necessarily know that because of the Supreme Court ruling a couple years ago, these nonprofits, these 501c super PACs are allowed to spend money on campaigns, put out ads that are potentially untruthful and have no accountability. You can't know who paid for that ad other than the super PAC. It could be your neighbor next door. It could be Karl Rove or some foreign party. We really don't know who's paying for a lot of this content, and I think it's important that people are aware of that.
You're right. The Citizens United ruling, I'm sure that's the one you're talking about, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Which not only
Money is speech.
Money is speech not only enabled the super PACs to spend, but enabled these 501c4s to collect money anonymously from people or from people anonymously to funnel into the super PACs. While if you give directly to a super PAC, you do have to identify yourself. So thank you for pointing that out. That is a big issue. Joe Ingles, this is a foreign policy debate tonight, and we sometimes think of foreign policy as something lofty and outside the usual political fray. But I think we should look at this debate
She
in
really
terms of
is.
swing state politics too. David
She
Senator and I were
really
talking
is.
about this earlier in the hour. For example, Romney's proposal today to increase the Navy by 15 ships a year that Mark just referred
I
to.
like the way Sonny
arguably
is
aimed at the vital swing state of
sleeping.
Virginia, the vital
That's so
swing state
good.
of Florida, for various
Yeah,
reasons.
I
Is
said
there
your name.
anything else? Is there anything else that you see for Ohio tonight that a foreign policy debate would have you watching for in terms of appealing to